beginner, he freaks out. He's going to hold me down tight. Okay? So obviously, he's keeping me down. So go ahead. This is not practical for me.
Yeah.
But rotation motion is practical. You get what I'm saying? Because his arm is meant to hold me down, not meant to twist. Okay? So I want to go against his weakest defense. In this case, the weakest defense is a twisting motion. So obviously, I want to get a good side mount, hold him here. Okay? If I want to maybe see what he wants, see if he will let go of this pin. Okay, hold me down tight. So once the beginner gets scared, he's going to hold me down. Maybe he's a big guy. So you know how to do this, right? Can we stand here so I can see? You know how to do this? You're going to grip, and you're going to drive your chin. Muhammad does this a lot, okay? But if you've been grappling for a long time, you'll ignore the pain. Okay, so maybe before you do the barbed wire, you want to see what his reaction's like. So what I'm doing, I'm driving with my shoulder and I press down. I want to crush his jaw. Okay? At the same time, I grip and I pull him toward me. That puts pressure in. I'm diving in, I'm also pulling him toward me. So we're compounding the pressure. Okay? At the same time, I'm also raising on my toe and I'm driving my hip down. If I'm on my knee, I'm basically my knee supporting some of my weight. But if I go on my toe and aim all my weight toward his jaw, and if he's not an advanced fighter, or some guys will give up. If I fight against 220 pounds, he does this to me, I'm going to give up. Unless it's a street fight, I'm not going to risk fracturing my jaw. Okay, so one more time. See that? Okay, let's just say I do it. He doesn't want to go. Okay, I'm not going to put too hard. Replace your knee with your hand, and then start walking. So here's the secret. Look at my hip. I want to make sure my hip is right by his elbow joint. As I come over, I'm going to be sensitive to this part. I'm going to roll my hip, and somehow, you have to practice this, somehow get this elbow joint, this elbow across his neck or across his face. Okay? So when you're doing it, this is your chance to adjust your hip. Your hip can't be back here. Your hip can't be up here. Okay? So one more time. He grabs me. See this? I'm not leaving my hip pointing up. As I do it, I'm rolling it. Okay? The minute I feel like his hip, I can tell if this arm is across his face because it's hitting my hip joint. I can tell. Then I can keep on going. And then as I go, watch what I'm doing. I'm letting it slide around my bicep, on my tricep. I'm going to replace it with my hip here. And then I got the ball up. You okay? Yeah. Okay, so one more time. Before you do the barbed wire, you want to initiate, see what the reaction's like. Okay, that's like advanced grappling here. So we're here. It's not good enough just to hold it. I want to pull him in. You can pull him like this or like this. It doesn't really matter. Okay, like this. Okay? It's not good enough just to hold him like this. I want to turn his face. Okay? If he's a tough guy, not very big, okay? Replace it with my hand. See how my hip comes across? Now watch this hand. This hand's not doing anything now, right? I'm going to come over and let it touch right here and here. Then right away, I'm going to hook it. It's just like I had it before, except the only difference on this elbow is behind my armpit. And now I can get the choke. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of beginners, you get the side mount. Instead of putting the hands here or here, they'll grab you, they'll hold on to me tight. Okay?
Right.
So we'll have to hold it. So I do this to you guys a lot. Okay, I call it rock around the clock, and then from there into barbed wire. Okay. Okay, so he grabs me tight. Okay. Okay. His arm naturally is meant to pull me down. Go ahead. Okay. So for me to try to escape like this, that's inefficient. Okay. His arm are not meant to twist. Okay. So basic side control. Hands here, hands here. I want to put pressure, so I drive my chest into him. Okay, look at my heel. Comes off the ground, my knee comes off the ground, and I want to drive all my weight into him. Right. Okay? The other thing I want to do is I want to turn his cheek. Punish him, okay? Watch the lips. Oh, sorry. Okay, I won't do it too hard. Okay, I'm going to go like that. Okay? But as I do it, he might move away, or the mat might release some of his pressure by moving away. So I want to cup his shoulder, or I want to grab my own hand and pull him in. Okay, so I'm not going to do it too hard. I'm going to put my chest here, my shoulder in, my palm in, like that. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move around and hold it tight. So he's a typical beginner. Right. See this? Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hip. I'm going to be sensitive of my hip. I'm going to try to get this elbow across his throat or around his face. If it's around his face, I can always adjust it. One more time. Here, basic side control. My knees here, here. Okay, here. Okay, so before I spin, watch what I'm going to do. I want him to react to me. So I'm going to drive his chest. See, like that. So he's going to say, shit, I want him to get off me. Okay, so he's going to move. Okay, I'm going to move. What do I do with his hand? I place it by his hip. Because if I don't, I move, he will follow me. Right. So I place it. I'm going to move. Look at my hip. I'm sensitive to it. Right here. Right. I keep on moving. Now here's the secret, guys. I'm going to use my elbow. I'm going to put it right here so that this elbow doesn't come back. And right away, I'm going to try to pin it, be sensitive to it. And then right away, I'm here again. So it's like me pinning from this side to on this side now. And everything's the same. And now I apply the pressure, and I get the choke. Okay, let me do it to you. Same thing. Watch what happens. He's going to push me back. Push his katami. Okay, obviously, if I use my arm and stuff, I'm not going to be as strong. I'm going to move my whole body. See that? Now, same thing. That's why I always catch you guys with. Okay? And that's why you guys always think time and time again, I'm catching you guys with. And you're like, how does mom do it? I'm right here, you're going to try to rock me and stuff. Okay? Right away, I move my whole body to move your arm. Okay? If his arm's too far up, I'm going to guide it. Now, I move. Okay? When I'm here, and I get around him, watch what I do. I push my hip right into his face. I'm grinding my hip. I want to cause reaction. I'm not simply doing that, gliding over. Right. So when I'm here, I want to see what I'm here, and I want to see. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. I'm grinding my hip. Okay, now here's the secret, guys. Look at my elbow. I want to catch it before I move my hip away. Okay. Because he might be good at just start sliding. So if he does slide now, he's going to catch this whole forearm. Right. And from here, I'm just going to swing it back. Right. And then once again, I got him again. Okay. Oh, like that. Okay, so catch the time we're here. So you're going to be fighting whatever. Right. Okay. But sometimes you don't want to be fighting forever. All you have to do is start switching your hip. So everything's the same. Okay. Try to throw me and stuff. I switch my hip. And now I'm back in the same position. Okay? I can keep my hand here, or I can start smoothing again really quick. See that? Okay? So the best way to get out of someone who's like having here trying to roll you and stuff, and you're trying to fight it and stuff, okay? It's just move your hip. Use your hip to kill his arm. See how I'm doing this? This is something that you guys are not doing enough. Look at my hip bone. Whenever you're in a side mount or kisikitami and you roll your hip over, my hip bone, you pass your shoulder line. Does your shoulder feel strong when it's here? Not really. Yours is strong, right? Oh yeah. Okay. Our shoulders are not meant to raise up like this. So when you move your hip past here a little bit, his shoulder's weak. So his natural instinct is to keep on getting his shoulder down. Yeah, strong position.